Hey guys, just a quick update before I start a class here. The mom's probably going to show up in the middle. Anyways, my last video I didn't have sound. I keep doing that because I use these headphones for like programming work, and then if you turn them on, it sets the input to the headphones, and like even if you don't do anything, it'll just stay that way even if you turn the headphones off. So anyways, I had a meeting yesterday for about an hour online with a new teacher. She's going to be starting February 26th, the last February and Friday. 77 days away, not that I'm counting. So we're going to spend from the 26th of February to the 19th of March. So roughly 3 weeks, almost a month. What would that be? 1 week, 2 weeks, yeah, 3 weeks. We would spend more, but the issue is she can't start any earlier, and the 20th of March, from the 20th of March is the spring vacation, because that's the end of the school year, and it never fails the last week of March, or last week or two, you get more absences than you can shake a stick at, and it's really annoying. Well, it's not annoying, it's extra work to get all the kids into their makeup lessons, because I have a very generous policy. It's basically, if you miss a lesson, you can make it up anytime, you know, a year later, 2 years later, but sometimes it makes it a bit crowded, and anyways. So that's going to be good. She actually really enjoys teaching. She's perfectly content to just teach English and be a mom. She speaks perfect Japanese. She also reads and writes Japanese very well. And we worked together a long time ago now, but I do know she's a great teacher. She's good with kids, and she's very serious about her work, so she's a totally perfect fit. And I think it's going to be a really good change for her, because she's been running all over God's country, teaching classes, doing things like community centers, business classes, private lessons, which is what a lot of independent English teachers do, at least in my experience in this area. They tend to just pick up classes off-site over the years. You know, it takes a while to build it up, and in the short term, it can be a lot more profitable, because generally speaking, people are very happy to have you come to them, for obvious reasons, right? It saves them a lot of commute time. It's much less of a hassle. But the issue is you spend a lot of, there's a certain sweet spot, I think. Once you go over that, you start losing opportunities because you're on the road. You know, if you've got a class, say at 6:30, that means, and it's 20 minutes away, that means you can't take anything that goes past 6, you know, and then vice versa. If the class ends at like 7:30, you can't take anything until 8 o'clock. But if you're on site, it's, you can have as little as 5 minutes between classes. I prefer 10. That seems like a good amount to kind of get things switched over. So there's still lots of room on the schedule here, and she's going to be able to keep, it looks like, the majority of her private lessons and run things here. I think she's been doing this now for we're talking over like 10 years as like an on-the-road teacher. with some pretty good gigs. I mean, I think she's making a decent living. It's just there's a lot of running around. So, but I think once she gets settled in here, she'll start to realize that like okay, yeah, actually, it might be better to just let like one juicy business class go, because you could do, you know, 2 kids lessons in the same time and make more money, and you don't have to go anywhere, you know, and gas money and all that, it can really add up, and you know, your car gets worn down, and you're always on the road sitting in your car, so that'll be good. She's got a daughter who's going into junior high as of April, so she's going to get a lot busier. The daughter's going to get a lot busier and probably more independent, and you know, more involved with her clubs and school and whatnot. So it's pretty good timing in that regard too. The only thing that was kind of a big question mark over her head is how far away she lives. Naruto is kind of the northern end of Tokushima. You can get there in like 30 minutes, but it kind of depends on where in Naruto she lives. But she's doing classes like way further south than where I am. So I think once she gets into the swing of things, it'll be a really good change for her. That's my hope, at least. because I do want her to do well. I do want the school to do well. I'm not really in this to make money. But again, you want someone who's taking an opportunity like this to really, really value it, and generally speaking, some kind of monetary exchange, investing in something will help you to take it more seriously. And personally, I think in a year, I'm not going to take any payment for a year also, because I don't want her to have all this pressure, because she's going to be paying rent and parking, and I mean the income is already there in the school, but it's kind of a lot to take on. So we're going to ease into that, and then I think in a year's time she'll probably be able to generate a lot more new students. Does that sound weird? Grow the school a lot more. Because, like I said, she's all about teaching. So and she's a mom, female, speaks really good Japanese. I think she's going to click with the local mommy community very well, and do good things for the community. So I think in a year's time, the monthly payments won't be that much of a big deal for her. She'll probably be making quite a bit more than the school's bringing in now. And again, that's what I hope. For someone who enjoys this type of work, this is the perfect opportunity. If this is what you want to do, if you really like teaching kids simple English and hanging out with them, and making money doing that as your job, the only thing you do to make money, then this is pretty much a gold mine. And she'll have all the independence to do what she wants. No office politics, no crazy boss. We actually had the same boss. Naturally, we worked together, and we were kind of catching up, and it's just like, yeah, it hasn't changed. It's still a really hard place to be. Same old problems, same old conflicts with people. It's just, I remember those days, and it's nice to look back and be like, yeah, you don't have to deal with that anymore. Because at the time, it just felt like this impossibly difficult situation, day in, day out, just V in your mind. So again, that's going to be a great change for her. Okay, Mama's here now, so the new student, not the next student is a Mama-san, so I got to get going.